Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into Wilmington Wildcats football here on the Christian Internet Sports Network. Wilmington Wildcats Weekly coming to you live tonight from Peotone High School. And what's going to be kind of interesting tonight, it is Peotone's senior night. As Wilmington on the road, there's also no real scoreboard, which is going to make things very interesting. And the only scoreboard that we have is clear across the way. We're sitting in the home side bleachers, which ironically enough is on the opposite side of things from the actual press box. And there is a little tiny scoreboard up in the press box that you kind of have to look at. So we are about 15 minutes or so away from opening kick here tonight at Peotone. So we'll get through the rest of our pregame here in just a moment. So we'll talk to the head coach of the Wildcats, Mr. Jeff Raines, and a little bit we'll also take a look at some other games going on around the area. Of course, Wilmington coming off probably one of the best Coal City-Wilmington games that has been played, at least in recent memory. The Cats down 21-7 at one point, come back in the fourth quarter to win at 24-21. And, wow, what a game that was at home for the Wildcats. Only 2 home games this year and senior night for the Cats. And just a great win. But now for Wilmington to finish out this short season 5-0, they have to go on the road to a very tough Peotone opponent and get a win on their senior night as well. So it's going to present a little bit of a problem for Wilmington tonight. We'll see if they can overcome that. By the way, the Wildcats will be in their white uniforms. I mean all white. Helmets, shirts, pants, everything. Peotone will be in all blues except for their helmets tonight, which are whites. And both teams out on the field at the moment getting ready for tonight's game. We'll take our first break of the night. When we come back, we will get you set for all the other games going on throughout the area tonight. We'll also go through some scores from last week, get you caught up on that too. We'll do all that and more as Wilmington Wildcats Weekly rolls on here on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours, here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com. Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818. If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's.
Back here, Wilmington Wildcats Weekly from Peotone as we get set for Wilmington at Peotone tonight to wrap up what will be a short 5-game spring schedule here for the Wilmington Wildcats. Just a few scores from last week before we get to what's about ready to happen here tonight. Other scores from around the area. Manteno defeated Streeter 54-0. My goodness, the Streeter just had a very, very tough year so far as Manteno beats them 54-0. Of course, Wilmington defeated Coal City last week 24-21. By the way, Wilmington was number 3 in 3A. Coal City was number 7 in 4A last week. So that was a really good matchup.
Well, that was a great game.
And Wilmington came out on top. Lisle defeated Peotone last week 24-0. The Lions, after losing early to Wilmington, have been on a little bit of a roll as they shut out Peotone last week. Herscher defeated Reed Custer 21-15. I understand that there was a very late fourth down tipped touchdown pass that gave Herscher that win over Reed Custer, so that one went down to the wire too. Other games from around our area, JCA defeated Carmel 49-14. Paxton Buckley Loda 31-28 over Dwight. Canelan defeated Plano 26-6, and Sycamore ended up outlasting Morris last week in a game that was very tight down to the wire. Sycamore won 21-12 over Morris last Friday night. Momence defeated Seneca 32-26. Rochelle 13, Sandwich 12. That's all the scores from last week. Now, for tonight, there's plenty going on around the area. Now, you have to keep in mind, too, that the ICE conference is the only one playing 5 games. Everyone else in the state of Illinois essentially is playing 6 games. So there will be another week of high school football after this. It just won't include any of these ICE teams. But in any case, for this weekend, of course, Wilmington at 4-0 here at Peotone to take on the 3-1 Blue Devils. Lisle at 2-2 will be at 0-4 Streeter. You kind of have to think that Lisle is going to get their third win of the year and finish with a winning record. Coal City at 3-1 will be over at Reed Custer at 1-3. Although the Kohlers need to be a little careful with that because Wilmington almost had that come back and bite them a few weeks ago. And then Mantino at 1-3 will be at 2-2 Herscher tonight. And that is your list of games upcoming. I will tell you, it is a beautiful night for football, at least right now anyway.
It is beautiful out here. There's a little bit of a breeze, but not too bad. Only negative thing we have is the beautiful bright sunshine is right in our eyes.
It is that.
Look at the field.
First half is going to be very interesting trying to figure that out. In any case, let's take our second break of the night. When we come back, we'll get to our interview with the head coach of the Wildcats, Mr. Jeff Reintz. We'll do that here in just a couple of minutes as Wilmington Wildcats Weekly rolls on live from Peotone tonight here on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Teresa's Family Styling Salon in Wilmington is an all-ages salon that will style your hair for that special look. They offer cuts, perms, and coloring for any fashion. They also carry Paul Mitchell and Brocato products. Teresa's Family Styling Salon is located in the Southgate Plaza in Wilmington, and you can call for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955. Pro Real Estate is a family-owned business established in 1983. Its staff and sales agents work in all areas of real estate sales, from first-time homebuyers to experienced investors. Located at 506 South Water Street in Wilmington, clients are welcome to stop by to discuss their real estate needs or visit our website at pro-homes.net. For a private consultation, contact us at 815-476-7916. Welcome back here on Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, joined once again by the head coach of the Wildcats, Mr. Jeff Reintz. And Coach, boy, we're at last week of the year somehow. I don't know how we got here this quick, but you come into this game against Peotone after what might have been one of the better Wilmington-Coal City games that we've seen.
Yeah, no, it was a great game. No doubt about it. Hats off to our coaching staff and our kids. They kept battling. We were on the ropes for a lot of the game, but toward the end, we started making some plays count and got a break with a fumble at the end. My hats off to Coal City. They're a great team, very well coached. And like I told a lot of people from the other night, the biggest thing we take from the game is we beat a very good team in Coal City. And, that's a feather in our cap. And so, we got to turn around and get going with that. We got a good Peotone team that we're going to.
Oh, well, I mean, that game the other night, you had, first off, Asa Cooper's just
It was amazing.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And that amount of speed, I haven't seen anybody that fast in a while. But you finally, that second half, figured out a way to kind of corral that a little bit and slow it down and then capitalize offensively. I mean, putting the ball up in the air 3 times and all those passes for over 20 yards. I mean, that's big-time stuff.
Oh, Jack did a great job. Willis did a great job catching the ball, Franz and those guys. And, when you get in those big games, you got to, we tried a few more things offensively, passing the ball. They were giving it to us a little bit, and we took advantage of it. But you got to come through in those plays, and our kids did. And the thing is, I would say at the beginning of the fourth quarter, we got some momentum, and we just kept it. And we were able to. We didn't let Cooper get to the outside. That was the biggest thing, and we got him into some third and long situations. Our D-line got some sacks, and again, we talked about the other night having Alan Richards as a weapon, whether it be field goal wise or kicking off wise. He's huge for us. So again, a very big team effort, and happy for our kids.
How hard is it then to get everybody refocused coming into the last week of the year? I mean, in a lot of seasons, you might have 9 games and then have some playoff stuff, and you're trying to get everybody back. But this is it.
Yeah.
And to get kids to realize that, okay, that's great and all, but you only have one more game left.
This is a really unique situation for us because we've, thank goodness, we've never been in this spot for a long time, for 24 years. We've never gone into our last game knowing that it was our last game. And so it's a little odd. It's our kids obviously know that too, and they want to make sure that they end up the season correctly, that's the way they want to. But it's different. It's different, and I don't think it's going to hit any of us probably until mid next week. That holy cow, we're not playing football anymore, and they'll turn around and they'll start playing baseball right away. And so. We talked about it, Catbackers, the other night, how unique of a situation it is. And you know what, the other thing too is, thank goodness we had 5 games and our kids got to experience that. They'll never forget that for the rest of their lives, and what a game, and that just adds to the rivalry between us and Coal City. And so, we turn around and we're playing our last game here. It's amazing.
Well, and then you have the other kind of weird situation with this particular season is all of those rivalry games that get spread out throughout the year all come in one big cluster, and every team is ready for the next team.
They really are, and we got our rival games with Reed Custer and Coal City. But a close second is Peotone. We played them for years. I mean, I played them every year that I've been at Wilmington. It used to be our opener for years.
Yep.
And we go way back there. Coach Tully does a great job over there. They're going to run the ball. They're big up front. They have always been big up front. They're going to come right at us. It's going to be a game of, in the trenches, who's going to win. I know we both run the ball a lot, but I think you got to prevent the big play pass-wise, and I think that's going to be huge for us.
And the other thing is that game's going to be so fast. I mean, I know for you guys this year, it's been used every second of that play clock for every play. Mm-hmm. They're running the same exact offense. And so it might be a case of where each team gets, 4 or 5, maybe 6 possessions in a game, and you have to capitalize off of what you got.
You're darn right. And you know what? I probably see teams maybe going for it on 4th down a little bit more because they don't want to give up the ball, and things along those lines. So let's see how that works out. But, no, you're exactly right. Every possession is going to be key. You got to make it work. And so, but that's what happens when you get 2 teams running the ball. You know what? I tell you, if 5, 6, 7 years ago, I would have said we would be the only running team in the conference. And now, with them running the ball a little bit more, there's a couple other teams. Coal City predominantly runs the ball. And so it's amazing how that turns a little bit from everybody that's passing. And now it's starting to come back to some people running the ball a little bit.
All right, and then lastly here, injuries and where you stand.
No, we're doing pretty good. Franzen's good. We did have A.J. Myers isn't going to be able to play in the game because of a COVID situation, not for himself, but of a close contact. And so I feel terrible for A.J. and him and that Ryan Bannis. Bannis has been out now for 2 weeks because of that too. And they can't control that. That's tough. So Carson Hansen, who has been gone, he's back this week, and so he'll take A.J.'s spot at linebacker and at fullback. So, knock on wood, we're healthy after 5 or 4 games, and hopefully we can get through this one, and our kids then can get on to spring sports.
All right, Coach, one more time. I'll talk to you in the postgame.
All right, sounds good. Appreciate it.
So that coach of the Wildcats, Mr. Jeff Reintz, joining us here on Wilmington Wildcats Weekly. Just a couple minutes away from opening kick. I believe we're going to have the national anthem here shortly. So we will just hang out for a minute and see if indeed that is the case. And if it is, we'll take one more break before this game gets underway. We have 2 minutes on that little tiny game clock across the way. It's not the largest scoreboard ever, but they're going to have national anthem. We'll take a break, come back with an opening kick in just a moment here on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 40 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com. Or call 815-521-0900. When you need the very best representation on your side, the attorneys and staff at Odekirk Allred and Associates are here to help with extensive professional experience in cases involving criminal defense, divorce, custody, personal injury, residential real estate, and driver's license reinstatement. Odekirk Allred and Associates and its diverse team is prepared to commit personalized attention and aggressive representation to achieve positive outcomes for your most stressful legal issues. Odekirk Allred and Associates has a team of highly skilled attorneys from the area, including Wilmington locals. Odekirk Allred and Associates takes pride in its communication skills and unmatched reputation for success. Contact Odekirk Allred and Associates at 815-740-1700 or stop by their new office location in Wilmington at 1095 South Water Street for your free consultation today.
So just about set for opening kick here tonight from Peotone, running just a little bit later than we would normally run because, of course, of senior night once again here at Peotone, and then they just had the national anthem and some other things. So we are just about set for opening kick as both teams will get set to take the field here. And it seems really odd during a football season to go, okay, it's 5 games, season over, let's move on to something else. But that's what we got tonight. And, you know, Coach Reins was right, though. You want to give the seniors an opportunity to play some games, even if ultimately there's no playoffs or state championship or whatever.
Right.
For the guys that really want to play football, they're going to go out there and play. And we saw last week it didn't matter that there was a state championship. It didn't matter. There was playoffs. It was Wilmington and Coal City, and boy, did they go after each other for 4 quarters and just ended up being a fantastic football game. And I would expect the same thing out of Peotone tonight.
We were talking last week. We've done a lot of years with the football, and that's probably our second favorite game of all the games we've done. That was a fantastic outing. Boy, they played their hearts out. That was worth watching.
Yeah, there've been a few. Of course, the state championship game was one that will live on, and then there were a few other ones that what we call the Miracle in Mantino.
Yes.
Back when the Cats were down real late and Mantino ran the ball or tried to snap the ball into the shotgun or something when they could have just taken a knee and ended up fumbling the ball, and Wilmington returned it for a touchdown and won the game. That was maybe the most ridiculous ending to a game I've seen, but that game against Coal City, just from a pure enjoyment standpoint, as a fan watching that,
yes,
that was pretty good stuff. So Wilmington's going to get set to return here, left to right, as we sit on the home bleacher side across from the press box here at Peotone. A little bit different than some other places. Matt Sanchez and Jacob Friddle back deep for the Cats. Peotone has it teed up on the 40. Everybody kind of packed in here, and they'll get set to kick off as soon as they get the word. By the way, Jack Turner, a 5'10", 150-pound junior, will kick off for the Blue Devils. Here we go.
I like the uniforms on both sides. You can see the numbers real easy.
There's a short kick taken at the 10 by Friddle. Out across the 20. Friddle cuts back up the near sideline across the 30. Friddle's up the sideline all the way out to midfield and still going inside the 40 before he's finally shoved out of bounds. And just like that, Wilmington will start in Peotone territory, and whoever made that tackle for Peotone is down here on the near sideline. Couldn't get a look at who it was, but whoever it was immediately grabbed his knee. And that is not a good sign. Yeah. Either way, I mean, when you talk about this COVID season anyway, I mean, rosters are already a little bit shorter than they would normally be. And
officials timeout.
There is for sure going to be.
Well, that was the very first play of the game.
And what a return by Friddle. I mean, he picked up the ball at the 10 on the far side of the field, came up the middle, and all of a sudden bounced it to the near sideline and then took off. returned that for 50 yards. And that's been a really good weapon for Wilmington this year, has been Friddle in that return game. I mean, he returned one inside the 10 against Coal City, and then Wilmington ended up turning the ball over. But
yeah, he does a fantastic job of returning the ball.
Oh, and it looks like they're really strapping down that leg, by the way.
Not taking any chances with it, evidently. He's right here in front of us.
Well, and whoever it was, it was immediate. I mean, it was no doubt that it was a serious injury because he fell to the ground and didn't even move his leg. So they're going to bring.
They're calling for the Peotone ambulance guys to come in.
So I'm not sure if they're calling for the whole ambulance itself or just the stretcher, but the ambulance is literally
right here.
Right here. I mean, it's we're sitting up in the upper left-hand corner of the bleachers, and the Peotone ambulance is
call for their expertise here, maybe
right next to us. So they're bringing some things out, and they will take a look. I mean, this is literally the first play of the game on a kick return from Friddle.
Saw him go down. A couple of them went down together and kind of caught his leg on the side of it, and might have popped a joint right good. I don't know.
Well, for Wilmington tonight, offensively, it's going to be a little bit different. A.J. Myers is not in the lineup tonight. Carson Hansen is back, though. And if you remember, the first week or two of the year, the two of them rotated at that fullback spot. And so Carson has plenty of experience back there. So they'll just kind of swap out. And now the paramedics back over here. It looks like they're going to go at least get the stretcher in any case.
Yeah, it looks like the dad came over and represented the school. I think she's one of the physical
they have
people.
There's usually a trainer on site, and particularly down here at Peotone, Mantino, and Kankakee. It's usually Provena that provides.
Yeah, they are going to bring a stretcher out and take him in. Well, you don't want to take any chances with it.
No, and it was serious enough that it was immediate.
Yeah, he didn't get up at all. He just laid there and told the guys next time he was hurting. They went and got help.
I will tell you, those Peotone helmets are awesome. With the number on one side and.
What's on the other side?
I think it's the Blue Devil symbol thing. Those are pretty sharp. Well, they're going to load up the stretcher here in just a moment. And this is, by the way, something that Coach Rintz was talking about is avoiding major injuries, especially for guys that are underclassmen, because this is April and football starts again in August. If you have anything relatively large, 3 months or whatever to overcome it is not enough. Still trying to see who it was. We'll get a look eventually here because it's going to come right by us. Couldn't even see on the helmet because all I've got is the emblem side.
Yeah, it wasn't particularly helpful in that respect.
Well, they're taking their time here, as they should.
Yeah, it looks like it's a right knee area.
So it looks like they finally have him loaded up here and gets, I think it's 21.
Yeah.
That is Jack Turner. That's the kicker, by the way, who made the tackle. So Turner wheeled off here on the near side, waved to everyone. So it's a knee injury of some sort there, or a leg injury.
They're going to take him in, do x-rays and all
right. All right, well, they'll load him up, and hopefully he'll be okay in the long run here. And we'll get back to football at the 40-yard line, going left to right. Wilmington packing everything in out of the double wing here. Cody Franzen to one side, Jacob Friddle to the other. Handoff goes to Friddle off the right side as he'll push it ahead for a gain of 2, maybe 3 yards. Stop made on the play by Tyler Hendricker, 6'4", 230-pound junior. So it'll end up being second down, and we'll call it 7 for Wilmington. Ball at the 37-yard line of Peotone. Again, Friddle and Franzen with Carson Hansen getting the start at fullback here tonight. Handoff goes left side. This is Franzen. Squirts ahead for a gain of a couple. Bring up third down and about 5. And again, Wilmington tends to do this kind of on a regular basis where it's one side, other side, and just consistently do that. And then you saw Barry Southall going to some passes last week, some counter plays underneath.
Boy, I think it just totally surprised Cole City.
So now shotgun formation, one back to the right. In motion goes Franzen. He'll get a pitch off the left side. Inside the 35, has a first down inside the 30. Breaks free inside the 20 to the 10 to the 5. And Cody Franzen is in for the touchdown. A 35-yard touchdown run for Cody Franzen. And Wilmington leads at 6-0 with, I believe, 10:29 to go in the first quarter. And I believe, because that is the smallest scoreboard I have ever seen.
If you've ever seen these tournaments,
like those tabletop things?
Yeah, the tabletop. That's what it is. It's kind of like a tabletop thing.
And it's way far away from here.
It's a football field width away from us.
So on to attempt the extra point is Alan Richards, and what a start for Wilmington here in this first quarter. It'll be out of the hold of Jack Narine. Good snap, good hold, and Richards puts that through, and Wilmington will lead 7-0 with 10:29 to go in the first quarter. Take a break, come back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Warren's Collision Center is now at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. They accept all insurance companies, and as always, customer service is their top priority. Contact Warren's Collision at 815-458-3300. Stop by online at warrenscollision.com or visit in person at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. Warren's Collision Center is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair.
So Wilmington leads it 7-0, just underway, 10:29 to go in the opening quarter. Again, this is week 5 of a 5-week spring season. Wilmington football will be back in relatively short order, though. You're talking 4 months or so from now?
Yes.
Before it'll kick off again.
When does the first practice start? July?
Yeah, they start, some of those things in July.
Yeah, this is April, so we got May and June. And you're right back to practice.
Wilmington will be graduating a truckload of seniors. So there's going to be some work to do, but a good amount coming back too, including this guy, Richards, who squib kicks because it's into the wind, comes down at the 14, out across the 20, 25, and then out to near the 32-yard line on the return.
Good return.
Goes Mike Kraft, the 5'5", 130-pound senior. And so Peotone will have it 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line with 10:24 to go in this first quarter. Again, Wilmington in all white tonight. Peotone in all blue except for their white helmets. And Peotone working right to left. Up under center is Tristan Weglers. As Weglers hands it up the middle, and a good run there on first down. A gain of 5, close to 6. As Ben Balmer on the carry for Peotone, a gain of 6. It'll bring up 2nd down and 4. Now, Wilmington is used to seeing Peotone out of the double wing here. And that's what they will be lining up again, although Peotone puts that fullback a little deeper than Wilmington does a lot of the time. Pitch comes right side to TJ Chenoweth, and he's stacked up for no gain. Matter of fact, Wilmington throws him back for a loss of a yard. Chenoweth wrapped up by Jacob Friddle will bring up 3rd down and 5.
Nice job of penetration on the left side of that defensive line.
Again for Wilmington, Lucas Spangler in there, along with Tyler Willis, Friddle on one side too, Nick Gornick in the middle of that line, Matt Sanchez out there on the far side. 3rd down and 5 out of the wing T here. Handoff comes left side and a good push up front, but that's immediately wrapped up by Wilmington. Not a whole lot there. Good push in the middle by Gornick, and it was originally wrapped up on the play by Carson Hansen. The carry was by Ryan Moe, and he'll pick up 2 yards. It'll bring up 4th down and 3, and Peotone not changing anything here, so maybe they kick out of this formation, or maybe they don't have a punter. I don't know, but in any case, it looks like Peotone's going to go for it.
Their kicker's in the.
But 4th and 3 from your own 39? Or maybe they'll just try to draw Wilmington off. They do, and that little stop motion, but the Cats are the ones that invented that. So I don't think they're going to go for that, and Peotone will burn a timeout here. They're going to either figure out a better play to go for it here, or they'll end up punting it away. If I'm the Blue Devils, I can't imagine going for it inside your own 40 in the first quarter. But
and if you don't make it, you're going to be way behind the 8 ball.
And maybe that's the thought, is that if they go for it here, they can keep the ball out of Wilmington's hands. We already saw the Wildcats went straight down the field and scored. So
if I'm Wilmington, I play it as if they're running it. I put one guy deep and the rest of them come out and play it.
I think you're right. I'd load everything up here.
Yeah, I would too. Early in the game, but it's an important down right here.
So 8:33 to go in our opening quarter. Wilmington leading at 7-0. Peotone facing a 4th down and 3, and it looks like they're packing everything in here. Wegler's under center out of the double wing, and he'll pitch it left side, and that is going to be enough for the first down, only after 2nd and 3rd effort by Ryan Moe. He should have been stacked up. In fact, was stacked up for what should have been a gain of a yard, but he ends up picking up about 5 yards and a Peotone first down.
Yeah, they didn't get him around the legs. They tried to hold his shoulders, but he had himself leaning toward the first down, and he just kept driving.
So 1st and 10 for Peotone from their own 44-yard line. Again, back to the double wing. Handoff goes up the middle. There's not a lot of room there for Ben Ballmer. He'll pick up 2, maybe 3 yards. You could almost hear him just run into a wall. There was no hole there at all. Wilmington had everything stacked up. It'll be a gain of 2, 2nd down and 8 from the Peotone 46.
All right.
So again, back to the double wing here. 2nd down and 8 from the 46 of Peotone, down to 7:30 to go opening quarter. Dropping back as Weglers looks downfield, and he's going to be sacked all the way back at the 36-yard line, maybe the 37, as Wilmington converges on that. And in to make the stop is Nick Gornick, the 6'1", 215-pound senior, and that is a huge loss for Peotone, a loss of about 10 yards, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 18.
Wow.
Well, if you're Peotone, I mean, I don't know how much passing I would be attempting here tonight. By the way, you can hear that wind.
Now, they do have the wind to their back right now. It's a pretty good wind blowing.
I thought it was supposed to be like 5 miles an hour. That ain't no 5-mile-an-hour wind, I'll tell you that.
I think we've defeated the 5-mile-an-hour idea already.
So 3rd down, and we're calling it 18 out of the double wing here. Wilmington with 4 guys back, waiting for the pass. Here's the little double handoff, and that goes nowhere. Alan Richards drops Ryan Moe for a loss of about 3 more yards. And I mean, Richards was there about the time he caught the ball. It was a little pitch and then a second pitch, and that did not work.
Yeah, it was a double handoff, and he barely got the second handoff when he got hit.
So I'll bring up 4th down and 20. Peotone forced to punt the ball away here. Looks like Weglers will be doing the punting duties. from about 10 yards behind that line of scrimmage. Matt Sanchez
Nice
will
bounce.
pick it up at the 30. Across the 35, Sanchez up the sideline, across midfield, and all the way down to the 48-yard line of Peotone. And again, really good field position for Wilmington. It seems like we've said that a lot this year. They've started, I don't know how many drives inside opponent territory, but it's been a lot.
Yeah, they've been very fortunate. They're nice run backs. It's given those opportunities.
So 1st and 10 for the Cats. Actually, they put the ball all the way down at the 46 of Peotone. So again, back to the double wing with Franzen and Friddle to the far side. Up under center is Narine. Handoff goes to Franzen inside the 45, down to the 40, still going, down to the 38-yard line. A gain of 8 yards on 1st down for Cody Franzen off the left side. Will bring up 2nd down and 2. And if you're Peotone, you kind of got to think you need an early stop or this thing could snowball.
Yeah, you do. Wilmington, of course, just wants to hang on the ball and run the clock.
4 down linemen here for Peotone. 2nd down and 3. Handoff comes right side. This is Friddle. He'll get close to a 1st down. Not quite there. Picks up a gain of 2 to bring up 3rd down and a yard.
They were blitzing either 1 or 2 linebackers in to stop up the holes and make sure that they didn't get that 1st down. And they stopped Wilmington. Now they got another shot at it. 3rd down and 1 yard. And I tell you how much time it was, but I can't read it.
Well, 4:37, I think. And once it gets dark, that'll be easier to see. Right now we're staring into the sun. And on the keeper, Jack Narine's going to get a ton of yards. I mean, this goes all the way down to the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 7 on the quarterback keeper for Narine. I mean, he just got behind Gornick and just said, let's go.
Boy. That's clear on the path. Let's see.
I think they brought another ambulance in from Manhattan, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
The Peotone ambulance is gone. The Manhattan ambulance is here. By the way, you can hear that wind in our microphones. It's
windy.
It's no joke at the moment. 1st down and 10 from the 30 of Peotone. Here's a handoff to Franzen, and he's not going to go anywhere. That's a pretty good job by the front line of Peotone's defense.
Boy, it was.
Again, on the stop was Tyler Hendricker. A gain of a yard for Franzen to bring up 2nd and 9 from the 29 of Peotone.
By the way, Franzen's got 44 yards so far this afternoon, even though he only got 1 that time.
And there is no play clock here. There's no scoreboard here, really, so you can't really. I've gotten used to looking at that in the end zone and can't do that here. And everybody jumps for Peotone. And there's the little jump stop that Peotone tried to get Wilmington on, and they didn't move. Wilmington just pulled the same thing, and Peotone jumped, and they said Wilmington on a false start.
Well, well,
that's interesting.
They marked 10 yards.
Okay. Must have been somebody in the line moved too, because that's not illegal on the part of Franzen. So, well, in any case, it is on Wilmington, so it'll be 2nd down and 19. That doesn't help the Wildcats' case. And rolling right side is Narine. He's going to keep it inside the 40, down to the 33-yard line. Gets a decent gain there on 2nd down. A gain of about 6 yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and 13 for the Wildcats. That was just a flat-out run to Jack Narine.
3rd down and 14.
Well, if you're the Wilmington Wildcats here, I mean, you're not going to try Richards into the wind unless you're really close. So that means the Cats need about 6 or 7 yards here and then another 6 or 7. 2 receivers to the far side. There's a passing down for Wilmington. Out of the shotgun is Narine. He'll take the snap, swings it far side to Friddle. He gets inside the 30, up the sideline, inside the 20, and all the way down to the 18, maybe the 17 on that play. A gain of 17 yards and a Wilmington first down. That was the old Bears wide receiver screen play. Just swing it out immediately.
The Bears are famous for that one.
So,
Yeah, that was a nice little screen pass. Out in the flats to the left. Took it up the sideline. Had a nice block. I didn't see who it was, but had a nice block initially.
well, right now you can't see anything because we're staring straight into the surface of the sun.
We are, aren't we?
I mean, we're literally staring into the sun. So first down and 10 for Wilmington from about the 16-yard line. Out of the shotgun again. Ryan will keep it inside the 15 to the 14. Pick up about 3 yards on first down. Bring up second down and 7. Joel Lee on the stop for Peotone.
Peotone is blitzing on a regular, consistent basis. Again, the left linebacker was coming this side, and they went to their left on the opposite side of him.
The problem with blitzing on a regular basis is that if you guess wrong, you leave yourself a hole somewhere out there. So I think we're down, and I say this sounds odd, but I think we're down to 1 minute to go in the quarter. There's a little tiny scoreboard inside the press box. The big scoreboard isn't working. Out of the shotgun, Ryan pitches it to the near side. This is Friddle. He's actually going to lose a yard.
Boy, they were ready for that.
They'll bring up third down and
actually lost a yard.
No, actually lost almost 2 yards. So third down and close to 9 here.
30 seconds remaining.
Wilmington, I believe, will have to run one more play here before the end of the quarter, although there isn't a play clock in this facility. Third down and 9, more than likely the last play of the first quarter here. Out of the double wing again, Franzen and Friddle. Up under center is Narine. He'll roll left side, looking downfield, and he gets sacked back at the 20. He wanted to throw the ball, but there really just wasn't enough room to even get a pass off. So TJ Chenoweth on the sack. And that's the end of the first quarter.
Do you know what that does?
And gives Wilmington an opportunity for a field goal.
Yes.
That's what that does. We'll take a break. We'll come back, see what Wilmington does in just a moment. The Cats lead at 7-0 at the end of one. Back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours, here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com. Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818.
Well, if Wilmington elects to try a field goal here, it would be about 37 yards. And we'll see what they do. It looks like Richards is out there, so it looks like a 37, possibly 36-yard field goal, depending on where they're going to line this thing up. Narine will do the holding. Richards will get set to attempt this field goal. Now, last week he hit a 43-yarder against Coal City. We'll see what happens here. Good snap, good hold. The kick by Richards is a line drive, and it's straight down the middle. And that would have been good from a lot farther distance than that. And Wilmington now leads it 10-0 with 11:55 to go in the opening half.
That guy's got a leg. He can boot that ball. That was just straight as an arrow. Good job by the coaching staff, too, of running the clock till they got it down to switching in so he wouldn't have to kick into the wind.
Right. Yeah. Make sure to take advantage of that, which they did. And now, the other thing that does is Richards now kicks off with the win too. So
Yeah,
if I was going to
that could be a touchback right there.
be almost sure of anything, I would say that this ball's going to go into the end zone.
If the wind whips up a little bit while he's kicking, you got it made.
That is not a guarantee. He's the style kicker. If the wind really kicks up, he could go right through the uprights.
Yeah, he could.
On the kickoff, but we'll see what they elect to do here. The first kickoff of the game was into the wind for Allen, and he had to kind of squib it. Not much more he can do with it here. Now, I'm sure they're going to try to get this thing into the end zone. A touchback is a huge bonus for your defense. So Richards on the approach. And again, just a line drive kick.
Yeah, he didn't
come
kick it
down
high.
to about the 5, off the 20, out across the 30. And now that's stacked up just shy of the 35-yard line. Peotone will take over there, 1st and 10.
First down for the Blue Devils.
Again, you got to figure Peotone needs points of some sort, and in the not too distant future. So we'll have 1st and 10 from about the 33-yard line. Again, back to the double wing for Peotone. Tristan Weglar's up under center. And we'll hand it off to the fullback, kind of right up the middle. I believe that's Ben Balmer. He'll pick up a good 3, close to 4 yards before he's stacked up, bring up 2nd down and 7. Peotone runs a little bit different version of the double wing. Wilmington's very wing heavy out of their version of it, and this version you'll see a lot of the fullback too. Up under center is Weglar. This looks more like the wing T look here, and this off the left side. Balmer again. He managed to get away from the initial hit, and good tough run. He'll pick up 2, maybe 3 more. It'll bring up 3rd down and a long 3. And that's a nice tough run by Ben Balmer. It looked like there was nothing there originally.
Yeah, he went into a lot of traffic that time, and still he was able to pick up almost 4 yards.
So 10:40 to go in the half. 3rd down and 3 here for Peotone. Handoff again to the fullback Balmer. I don't think he got a 1st down, but he's close enough that Peotone is definitely going to go for this. Gain of 2 yards. That'll bring up 4th and 1. Ball at about the 42, 43-yard line. They're going to say he is just short, so 4th down and less than a yard.
Yeah, he's got about not even a foot.
So back to the double wing here. We'll see if they go to Balmer again. Up under center is Tristan Weglars. Wilmington adjusting some things around. And the quarterback keeper for Weglars, and that's close. I think he did get enough to get there, but
I think he made it, but
if he
it
did,
wasn't
it
by
was
much.
Barely. He did. He got about a yard.
Gain of 1.
First down.
Boy, and that was just barely.
By much. They're still at roughly the 43-yard line.
Yeah.
That's how little that they needed.
They only needed a few inches. But I tell you what, I don't think they got a foot, so it was in the inches.
I'll tell you something else. If I'm Peotone, I take a page out of the Wilmington book, and I'm not throwing the ball very often.
Yeah.
Just as I say that, shotgun formation for Weglars out of the shotgun double wing here. 1 receiver to either side. Handoff comes near side. There is a flag now. More likely than not, that's holding. TJ Chenoweth managed to get a yard or 2, but that's going to come back against the Blue Devils, and really wasn't much on the run anyway. They tried to pitch it back to the near side out of that.
Yeah, good pursuit by the defense.
And for Wilmington, Peotone both. When Peotone gets into 1st and long, 2nd and long, 3rd and long, that is not where the Blue Devils want to be.
No, Now, if you want that running game, you need some good yards the first down or two.
Well, this could be a problem for Peotone. It's first and what, 23?
Yeah, probably, at least. Yeah,
So
you're probably pretty close, 23.
back to the wing T formation with Chenoweth and Balmer in the backfield. Weglar's up under center. He'll hand it off to the wing back, and that goes nowhere. Wilmington ready for that. Just nothing off the left side for Ryan Moe. No gain. It'll bring up second down and 23.
Stop for a loss of 1. Second down and 23.
And for Peotone, you really, that 3 to 4 yards is what they have to do. You got to get 3 to 4 yards every play. Because if you get 1 yard or backwards, it's not going to work. Out of the double wing here, second down and 23. Rolling right side is Weglar's looking downfield. He has nowhere to go with the ball and finally just throws it away. It was actually knocked down, but he was really throwing it away anyway. And it'll bring up third down and 23. And there was just nothing on the near side. Looking downfield, but there was nowhere to go with it.
Wildcats did a nice job defensively.
So third down and 23 for Peotone. Do you have one of those plays in your playbook somewhere?
Well,
and if not, do you have a 4th and 23 anywhere in that playbook?
if you're running team as they are, there's not a whole lot of 23-yard plays in your book.
No. Third down and 23 out of the double wing again. Chenoweth in motion as he'll get the handoff, and Alan Richards just laid into him, and that went for maybe 2 yards. It'll bring up fourth down and 21.
No, I don't have to play for that one either.
No, I'll tell you the play for 4th and 21.
Kick it.
Yes.
Get rid of that
ball. You are correct. Punt the ball away.
Yep.
So Weglar's will get set to punt. Not a real deep formation either. It's normally about 10 yards. You want to make sure he kicks it too, because
Wind's not real strong right now. He's got a chance to get it.
Oh, wow. That dies in a hurry, but gets a very friendly Peotone roll inside the 35 down to the 31-yard line, and that's where it's down. Actually, not too bad out of that for Peotone. And it's the flip field position a little bit. So 7:22 to go in the half. As Wilmington leads at 10-0, they'll get the ball back again. And honestly, Peotone has not threatened offensively so far. So we'll see what the Cats elect to do here on 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line. Now, we've seen a few different things from Wilmington tonight. We've seen shotgun formation and seen a couple different things out of the double wing, but they go back to the traditional double wing here. Narayan up under center, handoff to Friddle across the 30 to the 35. Still shoving his way out near the 38-yard line.
Hey, he's closing in on the first down. He's got about 8 yards or so.
That's a gain of, I'm going to move it back a tad. We'll call it a gain of 6, bring up second down and 4. It's a good hard run from Jacob Friddle.
Nice job. Yeah, they moved it back a little ways. I don't know.
Down to 6:50 to go in this opening half. Again, everything packed in out of the double wing. Narayan up under center with Franzen and Friddle as Friddle moves, and now we have a flag. And again, you would think Peotone would be ready for that because they tried it earlier in this game themselves, but the little stop motion from Friddle gives Wilmington a first down after, boy, that should not be a 10-yard penalty, first off.
No.
That should be a 5-yard penalty. That is not a 5-yard or 10-yard penalty. It's a 5-yard penalty, so they'll have to move it back here.
There we go.
Went a little bit too far on the yardage mark-off.
Fran over here said that's not a 10-yard penalty. He's right.
He's right. It's not. So will be 1st and 10 for Wilmington from the 41. I'm not really sure why play is stopped here. I mean, that seems relatively straightforward, but in any case, the Cats will have it 1st and 10 from the 41. Again, out of the double wing, Friddle and Franzen with Carson Hansen in there at fullback. And, well, let's just say that Carson got a little bit of a head start out of that fullback position, and the false start will move it back 5 yards. So Barry Southall on the sideline saying that the fullback can move forward in the backfield. My thought was that there were 2 men in motion.
Now he's right. If there wasn't 2 men in motion.
Well, this is a little bit of a disaster,
Yeah.
officiating-wise.
That's not what you wanted to see there, but I mean they did have the guts to change it back.
To me, I agree with the Peotone coach. I think there were 2 people moving. I mean, true, Carson can move ahead and come set.
Yeah, if he's the only one moving.
But it looked like the wingback had taken a step, and he started too soon. But in any case, it's 1st and 5 for Wilmington. Ball out to the 46. Pitch goes right side to Friddle as he'll bang ahead out near the 50. In fact, crossed the 50 and gets down to the 49. That's going to be close to a Wilmington first down, a gain of 4 yards. You're looking at 2nd down and a yard, down to, I believe, 6 minutes to go in this first half.
That wind is getting rather chilly. All right. Second down and a yard? Wow.
All right, so 2nd down and 1. Just across midfield at the 49 of Peotone. Narine up under center, taking as much time as he can. Now Jack going to keep it himself inside the 45. Down near the 42-yard line on a good keeper for Jack Narine. Give him 7 yards and a Wilmington first down. Down to the 42 of Peotone. So 1st and 10 from the 42 of the Blue Devils. On the double wing here for the Cats. Narine taking a long time under center. And now we'll pitch it off to Friddle inside the 40. He got stacked up. Another nice hit by Tyler Hendricker. He's had himself a pretty good game defensively for Peotone. Stood him up off that right side to bring up 2nd down and 7 after a gain of 3 for Friddle. 4:40 to go here in the half. Sure to stick around for our halftime show. We'll have your first half stats. We'll also check the full scoreboard, or at least what we've got of it. Get you set for the second half, too. Out of the double wing, Narine up under center. 2nd down and 7. Handoff goes left side. There's nothing there. That's a really nice job. Franzen got dropped on the play by Joel Lee, the 6'1", 190-pound junior. No gain. It'll bring up 3rd and 7. But Joel did a really nice job of wrapping up.
He got him right around the lower part of the legs, and there was nowhere he was going to go with that. Friends went straight down. Good tackle.
So 3rd down and a long 7. Out of the shotgun here is Narine with Friddle to his left. And we have a timeout to Peotone. So we'll take one as well. 3:40 to go in the half. Wilmington leads at 10-0. Back with more in a moment here on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Teresa's Family Styling Salon in Wilmington is an all-ages salon that will style your hair for that special look. They offer cuts, perms, and coloring for any fashion. They also carry Paul Mitchell and Brocato products. Teresa's Family Styling Salon is located in the Southgate Plaza in Wilmington, and you can call for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955.
So 3:40 to go here in the opening half. Wilmington leading at 10-0, facing 3rd down and 7. Ball at the 39-yard line of Peotone. Out of the shotgun, here's Narine again with Friddle to his left. Friddle goes in the motion. Narine keeps it. He has a ton of room. He's going to have the first down. He's inside the 20, down near the 15, and he's finally tripped up on a big gain for Narine. Call it a gain of, well, roughly 30. We're not really high enough up here or toward the middle of the field enough to really see the far side. So we're going to have, like, essentially an estimate on some of these as far as
how
many yards.
That was a great play. They did that with Friddle going out wide like he's going to take a pitch out. And they went with Friddle, and he cut right in behind them.
So 1st and 10 for Wilmington. It's just outside the 10, closer to the 11. So the Cats could get a first down here. 3:32 to go in the half. Narine hands it off left side. Big hole. Franzen inside the 5. And down near the first down. I mean, there was a huge hole off that left side. He'll pick up a gain of 9 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 1 from the 2-yard line for Wilmington.
3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the first half.
So the clock continues to roll, approaching 3 minutes. Ryan up under center here again, double wing for the Cats, and somebody moved. False start on Wilmington. Well, that's not going to help your cause. Goes from 2nd and a yard to 2nd and 6, and it's like every time Wilmington gets inside the 5-yard line, something goes sideways.
That 5 is a bad number, it seems like. One thing it'll do, it'll allow them to run more clock down before they, if they can get that ball punched in.
That's true. It's down to 2:38 and counting. Up under center is Narine, pitches it left side. Franzen, he lost some yards. Well, that's a really nice play off the left side again. Guess who? Joel Lee.
Guy.
Joel has done a great job coming off that side of the ball and having his contain, and that's a loss of a good 4 or 5 more.
3rd down and 10.
Boy, they're marching backwards up the thing.
So 3rd down and 11. The ball all the way back out to the 12-yard line as clock rolls down to 2 minutes to go in the half. And again, Wilmington has the availability to get field goals here, but you don't really want field goals if you're the Wildcats.
No.
They need touchdowns. Put this thing out of reach early. Narine drops back, fires into the end zone. That is caught for a touchdown. That is Alan Richards? It is Alan Richards, who catches a 12-yard touchdown pass. That is a beautiful throw by Jack Narine, by the way. He actually had 2 receivers out there he could have
Alan Richards, you
made
don't
that
have him down here.
choice from. Well, I don't think normally he's, I mean, he might go out in a pass once a year, but. So Richards catches a 12-yard touchdown pass, and now he'll have to kick the extra point as well with 1:43 to go in the half.
Being very versatile, isn't he?
And Richards bangs it through. So the Cats lead it now 17-0 with 1:43 to go in the half. Take a break. Come back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Pro Real Estate is a family-owned business established in 1983. Its staff and sales agents work in all areas of real estate sales, from first-time homebuyers to experienced investors. Located at 506 South Water Street in Wilmington, clients are welcome to stop by to discuss their real estate needs or visit our website at pro-homes.net. For a private consultation, contact us at 815-476-7916.
So the Cats lead it 17-0 with 1:43 to go in the half, and Wilmington will tee it up, kick off from right to left here from their own 40-yard line. Again, the sun's starting to set, and it's beginning to cool off a little bit. We do have a good breeze here tonight, but still, we'll take this weather.
Well, yeah, I left my coat and gloves at home. That's not good. That's not the way to start off the night.
No, it's probably not the best choice, but Richards will get set to kick off here.
Thankfully, you had a coat I could use. I got a coat.
Let's see if Richards gets this ball up in the air this time. He will kick it deep, and that's going to get into the end zone. That will be a touchback, and it will come out to the 20. Peotone will have it there 1st and 10. Now, the Blue Devils need to be a little careful here because if they don't go anywhere, Wilmington could potentially use a timeout or two and force them to punt the ball back. And special teams has been very good for Wilmington, particularly kickoff returns, but punt return hasn't been too bad at times either.
How much time we got? Can you see?
Still 1:43.
1:43
to go in the half. Again, stick around for a halftime show. We'll get scores from the area, first half stats, all that good stuff coming up here in just a couple of minutes. Up under center is Weglars. He'll hand it off left side. Nice hole out across the 25 near the 30-yard line as the carry by Ryan Moe. Pick up about 8 yards. Now 2nd down and 2.
That was a nice run, nice hole through there. Wildcats haven't given up very many of those, but that was one there.
So 2nd and 2 again out of the double wing. Handoff goes, I think that's Moe again. He's going to be close to a 1st down. Not sure if he got all the way there or not. Spangler did a good job of stepping in there, and Moe will get a 1st down after a gain of 2 yards.
You got just about exactly what he needed, 2 yards.
I mean, if you're Peotone and you want to take a play-action shot down the field, somewhere in here would be the spot to do it. Under a minute to go in the half. And the handoff goes right side. Again, a gain of 2, maybe 3 yards. And it appears that Peotone isn't really going to take a whole lot of shots. That's Ryan Moe again.
Yep. 2 that time, 2nd down and 8.
Again, defensively for Wilmington, Aiden Wooters out there along with Carson Hansen, who's filling in that spot for A.J. Myers. Tyler Willis, Jack Narine all the way back deep for Wilmington. Here's the pitch off the right side. A gain of maybe 5 yards. Wilmington did a good job of chasing that down as A.J. Chenoweth will pick up 4 more yards. As this first half is going to wind to a close. That's it for half number 1. Wilmington leads it 17-0 over Peotone. A very good first half for Wilmington, offensively and defensively. Not a whole lot going on for Peotone as far as moving the football. And the Cats lead it 17-0 here at the half. We'll take ourselves a break. When we come back, we'll get your first half stats. And then in just a little bit, we'll check that first half scoreboard as well. We'll look at scores from around the area. We'll do that here in just a few minutes. You're listening to Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 40 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com. Or call 815-521-0900. When you need the very best representation on your side, the attorneys and staff at Odekirk Allred and Associates are here to help with extensive professional experience in cases involving criminal defense, divorce, custody, personal injury, residential real estate, and driver's license reinstatement. Odekirk Allred and Associates and its diverse team is prepared to commit personalized attention and aggressive representation to achieve positive outcomes for your most stressful legal issues. Odekirk Allred and Associates has a team of highly skilled attorneys from the area, including Wilmington locals. Odekirk Allred and Associates takes pride in its communication skills and unmatched reputation for success. Contact Odekirk Allred and Associates at 815-740-1700 or stop by their new office location in Wilmington at 1095 South Water Street for your free consultation today.
Heroin. I am Matt Baskerville. As a funeral director in Will County, I can tell you firsthand that I have seen results of heroin overdose.
Plainfield Shorewood, 4 dead. Lockport, 5 dead. I am Reagan Freitag. As Wilmington's local prosecutor and Will County board member, I can tell you I have seen the trouble and hardships of addictions.
Frankfort, Mokina, New Lenox, 6 dead. Bolingbrook, Romeoville, 6 dead. In Wilmington and Braidwood, heroin equals death or arrest.
Wilmington, Braidwood, 8 dead. Thanks to efforts of our local police departments, that number has dropped from 8 deaths in 2015 to 2 deaths so far in 2016.
If your family, your friend, or you are suffering from heroin addiction, there is help. Please call 815-476-1660 for more information.
Help is only a phone call away.
This ad is brought to you by the Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community in partnership with ONDCP and SAMHSA.
So Wilmington leads at 17-0 here at the half over Peotone. And what's been a very quick first half, a lot of running the football, not a whole lot of passing, but when Wilmington has done it, it's been relatively effective.
Yes, it has been.
So the Cats leading 17-0 here over Peotone in the first half. So first half yardage totals, this has been kind of the tail of the tape a lot of times for Wilmington this year. They have not given up hardly anything against most of their opponents this year. Rushing the football for Peotone, Tristan Wigglers with 2 carries for -9 yards in that first half. Ryan Moe, 7 carries for 16 yards. Ben Ballmer carried the ball 5 times for 17 yards, and then TJ Chenoweth 3 carries for 5 yards. In that first half, Peotone 17 rushing attempts for 29 yards. Through the air, Tristan Weiglars is 0 for 1, 0 yards. Total yardage in the first half for Peotone, 29. For Wilmington on the ground, Jack Narine, 6 rushing attempts for 49 yards. Jacob Friddle ran the ball 7 times for 18 yards in that first half. Cody Franzen, 6 carries for 41 yards and a touchdown. Wilmington, 19 rushing attempts, 108 yards and a touchdown. Through the air, Jack Narine is 2 of 2, including a touchdown. Jacob Friddle, 1 17-yard reception, and Alan Richards has a 12-yard touchdown reception as well. You add all that up, 137 yards of offense for Wilmington as they outgained Peotone 137-29. Now, is that the most exciting football ever? Maybe not, but it is very effective if you are a Wilmington. Hang on to the football. I mean, the one thing the Wildcats have done this year is really cut down the amount of possessions that anyone has, including themselves.
Yes.
I mean, there have been the Reed Custer game. The Comets ran 1 play in the entire third quarter,
yeah,
and
right.
I believe it was Hersher. There were 6 plays in the entire second half for Hersher or something like that. I mean, Wilmington has done a fantastic job of shortening the game and not giving the other team hardly any opportunities. And again tonight, this has been a very quick game. The Cats have been very good at just hanging on to the football, using clock, and then being stout defensively. And the Cats lead at 17-0, and it feels like it could be 80-0 because
they've really controlled the game.
Peotone has not moved the ball hardly at all.
No.
I mean, 2-3 yards here and there, but
Peotone's defensive unit is doing a nice job.
yeah,
They're
not
playing
too
a
bad.
Good game, but Wilmington is doing exactly what it wants to do. Wants to hang on to the ball, run the clock, and eventually score, and just keep on doing that and don't allow the other offense a chance to get on the field.
All right, we got about 9 minutes, I think, on that clock on the far side, which means we have roughly 12 minutes before the start of the second half. We will take a break, come back, and check the scoreboard as well. We do that here in just a couple of minutes. Wilmington leads at 17-0 over Peotone at the half. Back with more Cats football in a moment. Christian Internet Sports Network.
Warren's Collision Center is now at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. They accept all insurance companies, and as always, customer service is their top priority. Contact Warren's Collision at 815-458-3300, stop by online at warrenscollision.com, or visit in person at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. Warren's Collision Center is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair. Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com. Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818.
What's up, man? Good to see you're here. Do you want a beer?
No thanks, I don't drink.
Oh, come on, relax. Have some fun. Everyone else is drinking.
We have a lot to do tomorrow, and I can't be all hungover from drinking.
Yeah, I'm having enough trouble with school and sports and clubs and so much stuff.
I don't have time to be worrying about if I got caught drunk.
Come on, man. This will help relax your mind and worries, and you'll have a good time.
Oh, man, cops. Run. We better book it out of here.
I'm so glad we weren't stupid and didn't drink. I know, right?
The Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community is committed and proud to bring programs and resources to help area residents. Our mission is to build a safe, productive, and substance-free community through these programs. The issues and problems that come with alcohol and drug abuse are very real, and the effects can be devastating. If you or anyone you know is in need of help, please call 815-476-1660. Help is only a phone call away.
This ad is brought to you by the Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community in partnership with Sebring Goodman Teen Institute, ONDCP, and Samson.
So at the half, Wilmington leads at 17-0 here over Peotone. We've got about 8 minutes before the start of half number 2, and what really has been a first half dominated by the Wildcats. They only gave up 29 yards of offense to Peotone in that first half. They managed to hang on to the ball and use a lot of clock as well. And at the half, Wilmington leads at 17-0. Now, I said we would check scores from around the area, and that's exactly what we are going to do here just as soon as I can get this thing to update. Get this. Now, if you want some people to be shocked and surprised by some things, just see where this score is in about an hour. Reed Custer leads Coal City 14-7 in the second quarter of that game.
Really?
So just
Wait and see.
Keep an eye on that. But that, boy, what a huge win that would be for Reed Custer if they could pull that off. Lyle leading Streeter 14-7 in the second quarter. Again, we said that we pretty much assumed Lyle would win that game, but you never know. Mantino taking on Herscher tonight, although we do not have the score of that quite yet. Now, some other area scores. I say area, within the 250 miles or so. Canelan leading Ottawa 14-7. That's in the second quarter. Bolingbrook up on Lamont. That's 7-0 in the second. Lincoln Way West leads Bradley Bourbonnais 7-3 in the second quarter. Brother Rice destroying Carmel Catholic. That's 33-0 in the second quarter.
Wow.
Morris leads LaSalle Peru 13-0. That game is at the half. Downers Grove over Leiden 14-0. That's in the second. Lake Zurich all over Waukegan. That's 42-0 in the third quarter. Batavia leads Glenbar North 14-7. That game in the first quarter. And let's see. We'll look through the rest of this and see what we got here. Okay, so some other matchups going on that we don't really have scores for yet, but maybe we will as the night rolls in. Lincoln Way East is taking on Sandburg tonight. Plano is going up against Sandwich. That's a good old-fashioned rivalry. So Plano, what is that? Plano Bologna Sandwich? Is that the? Yeah. Plano and Sandwich will take on each other. Joliet Central and Plainfield Central will play tonight as well. Joliet West is going up against Blue Island. Let's see. Scroll through a few more here and see if there's anything else that really catches my eye. Seneca will be playing Dwight tonight. That's a nice little close rivalry as well.
That's a good one.
And Kankakee going up against Thornton. Now, there are some games tomorrow. Tomorrow night at 7:15, Byron will take on Winnebago. And Manuka goes up against West Aurora tomorrow night at 7:30. So there are some Saturday games. Oh, wait, that's flipped around. Coal City leads Reed Custer 14-7. That was kind of flipped. I was going to say that's going to be interesting if that's indeed the case. But even still, with that game in the second quarter and Coal City leading Reed Custer 14-7, that's an interesting.
Reed Custer started out on top, right?
Yeah, it was 7-0. Coal City has rolled off 14 straight. So Coal City does lead Reed Custer 14-7. So flip that around. Lyle up on Streeter 14-7. And Morris leading LaSalle Peru 13-0. Again, if we get some other scores throughout the night, we will be sure to pass those along to you. Right now here in Peotone, it's Wilmington leading it 17-0 over the Blue Devils in what has been a very methodical, clock-running type of game.
And complete control.
And for the Wildcats, that's what you want. For the people in attendance, that's what you want. Because let's face it, it hasn't been exactly the warmest day around. I mean, it's fine at the moment.
Starting to cool off right now, I'll tell you.
Yeah, now that the sun's gone down, it'll definitely start cooling off. But enjoy one more half of football in this spring schedule.
Yeah, then our season's over again.
And see if the Cats, the goal coming into this thing for Wilmington was go undefeated. Get 5-0 and do the most that you can do with what you have available. And so for Wilmington, that's it. Go 5-0, beat your biggest rival in Coal City, and they have an opportunity to do both of those things. And what has been a very successful COVID-shortened season.
Boy, it would have been really interesting to see what they could do in the whole season, wouldn't it?
I would like to see that because, I don't see anything else other than Coal City beating Wilmington. I mean, you look at the rest of these teams. Mantino had a rough go. They lost to Peotone. Streeter got absolutely destroyed by just about everyone. I mean, there's not a lot out there that, Wilmington could have really lost to. So, now come playoff time, there's some teams out there that might be an issue for one. Now, if Wilmington had Trey Shaw, however, I would say they can, who knows? They can go as deep as anyone. But, you're never going to know the answer to those things, unfortunately. But for Wilmington, again, there's two things that you can do with this season. One is you get to play your main rival and get a chance to beat them, which they did. and the other is win all 5 games, which they have a chance to do here tonight. So, and that's what you can do. That's the max that you got. So.
And I'm also glad I'm not playing. I'd be freezing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad when you're in the game actively. It's not as bad, but yeah, I don't know. All right, so let's take one more quick break. We'll come back with our second half kick here in just a moment, see what Wilmington can do with the last half of this short season. We'll be back in just a moment. You're listening to Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Teresa's Family Styling Salon in Wilmington is an all-ages salon that will style your hair for that special look. They offer cuts, perms, and coloring for any fashion. They also carry Paul Mitchell and Brocato products. Teresa's Family Styling Salon is located in the Southgate Plaza in Wilmington, and you can call for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955.
Okay, Wilmington leads at 17-0 over Peotone as the Cats will get set to kick off here. You know, you're talking about something during that break, which is pretty true. The officials tonight haven't been too bad, but there was a stretch there for a minute or two that is one of those things that's like, yeah, that's really not the way you envision things going, but they did ultimately get together and decide on calls, and whether or not it was popular or not, they stuck with the call that they got. So,
and they had the guts to change it, and since then they've done very well. Actually, overall, they've done a good job.
Okay, so Wilmington.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to do to referee a game or umpire a game, man. Looks so easy. I can really.
Oh, trust me, there's a reason that I don't want to do it.
Yeah, me too.
So, Alan Richards on to kick things off here in the second half. That comes down across the 5 to the 10, out near the 15. Big hole up the middle, across the 20, out to the 30.
Wow.
And all the way out to the 33-yard line. That's where Peotone will have it first and 10. So again, for Peotone, you really ultimately need points on this drive to hang around in this game.
Where'd they end up being at? What yard line?
I think 34. Weglars hands it off left side. Ryan Moe with a big hole out across the 40-yard line to near the 41.
Well, they came out with a vengeance here.
And Moe will pick up 7 yards, almost 8. Bring up second down and a short 3 here for Peotone. Again, Peotone is a relatively large team, a physical team.
Yeah.
So you got to play 4 strong quarters. Hand off the left side, not much there. Wilmington stacked it up, but still going up the sideline. Out near the 45-yard line on the run was Ryan Moe again, and he's proven to be very hard to bring down. That's a gain of 4 and a Peotone first down on a play that Wilmington really should have stopped for no gain.
Yeah, some of the guys, I think, thought the play was over, and they were standing up looking around the other direction, and he just kept on going.
So first and 10 for Peotone. Ball down at the 45-yard line. Again, out of the double wing here. Up under center is Weglars. 10:50 to go in the third. And the handoff to the fullback. And the problem with that play there is you could see the handoff coming from a mile away, the way that kind of worked forward as Ballmer ended up with the handoff, and he somehow did manage to get a yard out of that.
Yeah.
It just looked kind of like it was in slow motion, and you could see the whole thing happening.
Yeah, I don't know why that was. But.
So 2nd down and 9. Again, back to the double wing with Ballmer in there at fullback. Up under center is Weglars. And the handoff goes to Mo off the left side, and Ryan still going. And again, he gets a nice chunky yards. He'll pick up 7 more at least. Bring up 3rd and a yard after a gain of 8 yards.
9 more yards, and they will have equaled 8 more yards, and they will equal the whole first half.
Well, Peotone has found something off that left-hand side, because they have gone there 2 or 3 times and gotten big yards. So Weglars up under center. We'll see if they go back to Mo again. He goes in motion. He will get the handoff again off the left side. And I think he's got enough for a first down. Only about a gain of a yard, but he does have a first down. So Ryan Moe has become the main back here.
Boy, they've been moving the ball right on down the field. It's like they own the place, didn't they?
So 1st and 10 for Peotone from the 45 of Wilmington, approaching 9 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. And the handoff now to TJ Chenoweth, trying the right side. That's going to go nowhere. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it. And on the stop for Wilmington is Tyler Willis.
Yeah, it looks like he lost a yard.
He did. 2nd down and 11 upcoming here for Peotone.
Yeah, you really ought to shut the window over there. Keep this breeze out.
We said this was going to be a quick game. It's going to be a quick game. This game might get done in under 2 hours. So back to the double wing here. 2nd down and 11. Handoff to Mo off the left side, and that finally gets snowed under. And no gain, or maybe a yard.
Got a yard. Almost a yard.
That was a nice job, by the way, by Zach Welsh to just kind of submarine everything there.
Well, he just took his feet. And that was it. There was no place for Mo to go.
And Aiden Wooters can barely walk around out there. And why Aiden's still in there, I'm not exactly sure. But
I don't know.
3rd down and 10. Rolling right side. Weglars fires out in the flat. That's caught down to the 40, but that's it. That's a really nice tackle by Matt Sanchez. Pass was completed to Ben Ballmer, but only for a gain of, 3 yards, and it'll bring up 4th and 7.
But that is their first completed pass of the night.
That's just a nice tackle from Matt Sanchez.
Yes, it was. Don't want to lose sight of those things there, but he brought him straight down.
So 4th and 7, and for Peotone, where do you go on 4th and 7?
Boy, I go back to Mo, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. So Weglars up under center. 4th and 7 from the Wilmington 41. Chenoweth in motion. Weglars drops back to pass. Pressured from the backside. Fires down the middle of the field, and that's incomplete, although much closer to being caught than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it was.
Intended for Ryan Moe down at the 15. He was inside triple coverage, and it still was pretty close from Weglars.
Somehow that ball weaseled its way right on through between the guys. He had a chance at it.
So Wilmington will have it 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. That used up a decent chunk of the 3rd quarter. There's only, I think, 6:43 left.
So they used up almost half the 3rd quarter.
We said it was going to be quick. This one's been lightning quick. And Ryan up under center out of the double wing again. And that kind of was a mess in the beginning. I think what happened was Carson Hansen fell trying to get up to Narine, and then Narine handed him the ball anyway, and that was almost a big mess, but they managed to only lose a yard and close to 2, and that was just one of those things. So shotgun formation here for Narine with Friddle to his left. Now he goes in motion. Jack Narine drops back, and he'll be sacked back inside the 35 near the 33-yard line. There's a flag down too, which could be holding, but if you're Peotone, you're going to go ahead and decline that. There was really not much there for Jack to go to.
No, there's nobody open. That was good coverage by the defense.
So they'll decline the hold. Peotone will take the sack, which is a good decision. It'll bring up 3rd down and, I don't know, 18 or something, depending on where they end up spotting this thing. It'd be 3rd and, yeah, we'll call it 18. Why not?
7-yard loss in that sack. That's the second time they've suffered a sack tonight.
Yeah, so, I mean, when Jack has thrown the ball, it's been pretty successful, but the other 2 times he has been sacked.
I would say they need to have a quicker pass route with the
on the double wing, Carson Hansen, the fullback with the carry. He got a decent amount of yardage back out to about the 39 to pick up a good 5 yards, but nowhere near first down territory.
No.
And Wilmington will have to punt it away here.
Yeah, it's 4th down and 12, almost 13. A penalty and Hansen losing his footing kind of shot that series in the foot.
Yeah, it just did not go exactly smooth. So Richards is going to punt here. And he boots that back deep inside the 20-yard line. In fact, goes out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. And that's where Peotone will take over 1st and 10. I believe that says 4:42 to go in this 3rd quarter. There's a flag down way over here on the near sideline at about the 40, which would be the line of scrimmage. I don't know what this would be. I'm not 100% sure they know what this is.
Now here comes the other official in now.
And now they're going to wave off the flag.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I agree with that statement. All right, so 1st and 10 for Peotone. Ball down at the 20-yard line.
Say the 20-yard line?
I believe so. 4:42 to go in the 3rd. And again, Peotone is running out of time and running out of it in really quick fashion. Weglar's up under center out of the double wing. Pitch comes right side to Chenoweth, and that's bottled up and thrown backwards. Again, Wilmington all over that. Gornick in on the stop of Chenoweth. Bring up 2nd down and 10.
Been a tough night for running for Chenoweth. He's got 5 runs for 4 yards. That Wilmington defense has been pretty stout most of the night.
Back to the double wing again. Handoff goes left side. I think that's Ryan Moe, but that got swallowed up so fast.
Yeah, it was over before it almost began.
That'll bring up 3rd down and long. No gain on that play for Ryan Moe. So I'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
3rd down and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So Joel Lee and Derek Knauer into the lineup.
Mo's been their most productive runner tonight.
Under 3:30 to go here in the third quarter. Again, one receiver to either side. Out of the shotgun, here is Weglers. He'll roll right side, fires out. That is caught, and a nice gain out across the 30, the 40, up the sideline. Sanchez trying to chase him down. He is going to get him, but all the way down at the 20-yard line, there is a flag for a clip way back out at the 45, as that was caught by TJ Chenoweth, who cruised for about 60 yards or so, but by the time they mark this penalty yardage off, it's going to be back on the other side of midfield again. So it would be at the Wilmington 25, but it's going to go all the way back. Let's see if that's at the 45. Well, we'll see where they mark this off to.
Is that what we're giving passing yards?
So it's down to the 45, so that'll end up being a 25-yard pass to TJ Chenoweth off of what is effectively was a screen pass.
Yeah, that was a wide open screen pass. I mean, there was nobody over there in the vicinity, really, for several yards.
So 1st and 10 for Peotone from their own 45. One receiver to either side as Weglers out of the shotgun, and we have a flag down on the far side. It will be a
false start.
False start against Peotone.
5-yard penalty. First down and 15.
So penalties killing the Peotone drive. What should be down at the Wilmington 25 right now is all the way back at the 40 of Peotone.
Peotone's offense overall is performing much better this half.
Yeah, a little bit more sign of life. So back to the double wing. Approaching 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Handoff goes to Ryan Moe. Big hole, but he ended up getting slammed to the ground relatively quickly by Jack Narayan. Give him a gain of 5 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Boy, he has manufactured the yards this half. When you consider they only had 29 yards total the first half.
Well, there's been a lot of room to run off of that left side this half.
He's got 28 yards this half.
And I'm not sure exactly what they're doing different, but they're getting a lot of movement on that left side. So handoff to the fullback this time. This is Ballmer up the middle, and he's stacked up after a gain of 2, maybe 3 yards. Out to the 48-yard line, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 7 for Peotone.
1 minute and 40 seconds remaining.
So 1:40 to go in the third quarter. Again, this third quarter has gone by the wayside in very quick order.
Mostly Blue Devils running the ball.
So wing T formation here. Moe in motion, and a fumble. It popped right into the hands of a Wilmington linebacker, it looked like. And that's Cody Franzen. The ball popped up in the air and right into the hands of Cody Franzen, and Wilmington has the ball at midfield.
Well, let's see.
Well, that was an odd play. Went off the left side, ball just popped free. Franzen all of a sudden had it in his lap.
Wow. Oh, my land.
So that will turn things around here, and Wilmington will have it 1st and 10 from midfield off the fumble. Back to the double wing here. We approach 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Handoff the right side, and Friddle shoves the pile all the way down inside the 45 to near the 42-yard line. Big gain on 1st down. A gain of 7 yards. Bring up 2nd down and 3. Cats back to using a ton of time.
Yep, they're getting in no hurry. And the way the Blue Devils been running the ball, they might as well hang on to it for a while.
So pitch goes right side. Again, Friddle breaks it out to the outside, inside the 35-yard line, down near the 33. And you can give Friddle another 10 yards and a Wilmington first down.
Once Friddle really has come to life. He's got 17 yards and 2 carries. Only had 18 yards total in the first half. So he's up to 35 yards for the night.
So the clock will run, and that will bring us to the end of quarter number 3. Wilmington leading at 17-0. Take a break, come back with your fourth quarter here in just a minute. You're listening to Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Pro Real Estate is a family-owned business established in 1983. Its staff and sales agents work in all areas of real estate sales, from first-time homebuyers to experienced investors. Located at 506 South Water Street in Wilmington, clients are welcome to stop by to discuss their real estate needs or visit our website at pro-homes.net. For a private consultation, contact us at 815-476-7916. Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 40 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com. Or call 815-521-0900.
So Wilmington leads it 17-0 as we get set to start quarter number 4. Peotone's done a pretty good job tonight.
Yes, they have.
Just offensively cannot seem to put any points on the board. The defense has done a pretty good job. Third quarter offense for Peotone was pretty good.
Yeah, they didn't score anything, but they got a lot of yards. And that 15-yard penalty there and that long pass play really shot him in the foot, man.
All right, first and 10 for Wilmington from the 33-yard line of Peotone. Back to the double wing here with Franzen and Friddle. Narine taking his time here. And we'll pitch it left side. Franzen inside the 30. Big hole down inside the 25. He's going to get another first down, a gain of 10 yards for Cody Franzen. Just running behind a couple of guys out there. Tyler Willis out in front of the pack, as was Zach Welsh. And Wilmington, well, they're going to move it back and say a gain of 9. So it'll be 2nd and 1 yard. Ball at the 23-yard line of Peotone. Again, Friddle and Franzen along with Hansen out there as that backfield. Ryan up under center. And Spengler jumps off sides. So that'll go from 2nd and 1 to 2nd and 6. And he was sure of himself, too, that was the right count there. But the clock on the far side looks like it just bit the dust entirely.
I think you're right. I think it has.
So we went from having the huge scoreboard here, which for whatever reason isn't working, to having the little tiny scoreboard on the far side. And that is apparently not working either. So, okay.
Now they got it back on now. I wonder if they can get it going again.
No, that thing is toast. So, well, I guess they'll just have to keep the time on the field.
That's what they'll do. If that doesn't work, they'll have the judge on there keeping time on the field.
I mean, this has been an interesting year in a lot of ways. And we've seen our share of kind of strange occurrences. This one is completely different, though. The main scoreboard not working. The secondary little tabletop scoreboard not working. So now they're going to bring out the Peotone coaches. They already talked to Coach Reentz on the far side. Now guess they're just going to unplug that thing too. So now it's anyone's guess as to how much time is left in this game. But
well, they got it back on again. I don't know what that means. I think
but
as far as
it's
the game
not,
it doesn't mean anything.
Well, it's not working anyway. Even though it's on, it's just random, like lights on. It doesn't make it. Okay, well, whatever. I guess they'll tell us when the game is over.
Okay.
2nd and 5 from the 27-yard line. Pitch comes right side. Big hole. This is Friddle all the way down inside the 20 to near the 15-yard line.
That was a beautiful run and nice blocking in front of him. He followed his blocker right down inside.
Gain of 12, close to 13. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Wilmington from the 15.
Boy, that was some nice blocking on that right side of Wilmington's line.
So again, the Cats using all kinds of time here. We would tell you how much,
we can't.
But we don't know. In fact, no one knows, I don't think, other than the referees in the moment. Off the right side comes Franzen as he comes out. Hands off goes to the fullback to Hansen. He'll get down to the 11. Now Carson has seen his share of work tonight. He's carried the ball 3 or 4 times. Bring up 2nd down and 6 for Wilmington. Ball at the 11-yard line.
He doubled his yardage there. He's got 8 yards for the night.
So 2nd down and 6, just outside the 10, near the 11-yard line. The Rhine taking all kinds of time under center here. And Wilmington, that should have been a false start.
Oh, finally he threw a flag about after the play was over.
I mean, that should be a dead ball false start. And again, the officiating crew, no one blew a whistle. No one moved. I mean, that was half the offensive line.
Yeah, the whole left side of the offensive line went together.
Crowd wanting to fumble, but the play doesn't exist
right.
if it's a false start. There's no.
It's a false start.
I'll tell you what, though. The coaching staff from Peotone, there's a few times tonight where I've been like, you know what? Again, we have another conversation out in the middle of the field. If it's a false start, that play never happened. And
no, the thing that caused the fumble was the quarterback didn't move and everybody else did, and the ball was still there. Because it was
at this moment, I nothing would surprise me, whatever they decide to do with this thing. Whatever we do, and it will be Peotone football somehow, which makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, you explain that.
But
you just explain that.
I don't know. At this point, you just go, you know what, play defense then.
I guess.
Okay.
Now, the guy threw the flag, the penalty flag, so you couldn't have a play. No way.
Well, if it's a false start, you definitely don't have a
play. Right, you don't even have a play.
All right, whatever. Handoff goes left side across the 10 out near the 15-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5 for Peotone. And that's Mo with the carry again. Boy, he has had himself a really good second half.
Yes, he has. He's run the ball very, very well. As far as Wilmington's concerned, too well.
So 2nd down and 5. Back to the double wing here again. And Chenoweth gets the pitch. He's going to throw it. And that is, wow. Alan Richards actually that's Jack Narine, took a gamble and tried to go get that. It ended up falling incomplete. Boy. Only because it was just over the head of Ryan Moe. If Moe catches that ball, it's a touchdown because Jack Narine tried to jump up and grab it, and he was on the ground.
Boy, that's.
That was close to being a problem.
Yeah, you know.
So 3rd down and 5. Back to the double wing again. Wegler's up under center. And the handoff goes to Mo, left side.
Well, they've been beating
this is all stacked up here.
They've been beating that left side to death, haven't they?
Not much there, though. It'll bring up 4th down and 3, and it's apparent that Peotone is going to punt this ball away. So Jack Narine will drop back to return this kick. Again, I would make sure that they punt this away.
Yes. If they got nothing to lose by going after, it's the last game of the season.
And the kick here, it's going to go out of bounds and give Wilmington really good field position. Out at about the 42, 43-yard line. So Wilmington will take over there. Again, I don't think anyone, I'm not kidding here, I don't think anyone knows how much time is left in this game. There's no scoreboard anywhere. The main scoreboard's out. The secondary scoreboard's out. I'm fairly sure the only person who knows how much time is in the game is on the field. The referee's the only one that knows.
That's it.
I mean, we got to be under 10 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter anyway. Pitch goes left side. Franzen inside the 40. Cuts back inside the 30. Now down to the 25. He's dragging a defender with him all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Oh, he was. He was dragging him right with him.
And that'll be a gain of 20 yards for Cody Franzen and a Wilmington 1st down. They're going to mark that down at the 23-yard line of Peotone.
You know, he's carried the ball twice this half. Franzen has for 30 yards.
And something tells me that the PA system isn't working either. I haven't heard anything.
No.
I mean, I haven't heard an announcement, nothing.
They've got lights up there, but that's it.
1st and 10. Pitch comes left side to Franzen. He breaks a tackle inside the 20. Franzen's still going. He breaks a tackle at the 5 and is tripped up at the 2.
Wow. It's been an 18-yard. 18, let's see.
So a gain of 20 more. And a Wilmington 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal from the 3-yard line.
Can you get this 3 carries? He's got 50 yards the second half.
And speaking of finding things off the left side, Wilmington's found their share.
He's got 91 yards total for tonight.
1st and goal from the 3. Narine up under center in motion as Franzen again. He'll get to the pitch and down to the 1. And Cody Franzen is in for another touchdown. Touchdown Wilmington. Midway through quarter number 4 here. They now go up 23-0 pending the extra point.
Did you remember how many yards he got on that? Was it 2?
That's too close to 3.
3.
So Alan Richards on to attempt the extra point here.
He's 6 yards short of 100.
Snap is good. The hold is good. And Alan Richards bangs that through. And Wilmington now leads it 24-0. Take a break. Come back with more Cats football in a moment here on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
When you need the very best representation on your side, the attorneys and staff at Odekirk Allred and Associates are here to help with extensive professional experience in cases involving criminal defense, divorce, custody, personal injury, residential real estate, and driver's license reinstatement. Odekirk Allred and Associates and its diverse team is prepared to commit personalized attention and aggressive representation to achieve positive outcomes for your most stressful legal issues. Odekirk Allred and Associates has a team of highly skilled attorneys from the area, including Wilmington locals. Odekirk Allred and Associates takes pride in its communication skills and unmatched reputation for success. Contact Odekirk Allred and Associates at 815-740-1700 or stop by their new office location in Wilmington at 1095 South Water Street for your free consultation today.
So Wilmington to kick off, 24-0 is the lead for the Wildcats here in the fourth quarter. We do not know how much time, however, is remaining in the fourth quarter because there is no scoreboard. The main one was out to start the game. The secondary one is out now. And I believe the PA system seems like it's out too. So we're just going to hang with things until they tell us this game is done.
Whatever happened, it wiped out the entire second floor up there. They do have lights up there though, and they can shut the windows and have warmth. But game-wise, they're left in the dark.
So Peotone will take over, 1st and 10. Ball will come out to the 35-yard line. The kick went out of bounds for Allen Richards, which is why it'll come out to the 35, and the Blue Devils take over here. The last few remaining minutes of this COVID-shortened season. Pitch comes near side. Moe with it across the 35. Out near the 38-yard line. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for Peotone.
Well, he's made a living off that left side. Getting a little less productive for him, though. He's found going a little tougher.
Well, and the Blue Devils are running out of time quickly here. We've been in the fourth quarter for a little while.
Probably got about 8 or 9 minutes left.
Handoff goes left side. This is Moe, I assume again. He'll get another 5, close to 6 yards. That'll bring up 3rd down and short. And Ryan Moe taking a little bit of time getting back up. I mean, he's not the biggest back in the world at 5'8", 150 pounds, but he just keeps pounding away. Now he's kind of dragging that left arm coming off the field.
Yeah.
And they'll bring him over to the side here and giving him the concussion test, I do believe. So 3rd down and 2, and the handoff goes up the middle to Ben Balmer. He had a nice carry all the way out to near midfield, so gives 7 yards to Balmer.
Has Wilmington brought any of the subs in, or they still got their starters?
No, I mean, they're slowly, well, no, I think it's mostly that regular group. I mean, against this lineup, you probably just want to stick with what you got because
I would think so.
There's enough out there that can be dangerous for Peotone. Pitch comes right side. This is Chenoweth. He's going to get stacked up, and he's going to lose a yard. Man, that's about 5 Wilmington defenders out there. Pretty much pick a name on that one. It'll bring up 2nd down and 11. By the way, Ryan Moe back into the lineup as well for Peotone. Went through the little concussion protocol test and cleared that.
He wasn't wanting to come out there, was he?
No, but that's the right decision. Make sure he's okay. Off the left side, Moe, and he got hit in a hurry. Tyler Willis out there, and Ryan will get a yard. Well, maybe.
Wow.
I thought they were going to move that ahead, and then they moved everything back again. So
didn't get a full yard.
So it'll bring up 3rd down and almost 11. Again, we would let you know how much time is remaining in the fourth quarter, but no one knows other than the referees. Scoreboards are out. I'm assuming the PA is out because we haven't heard that in a while. Dropping back as Wegler's look downfield. Pressured. He gets hit as he throws it. I mean, he throws this thing up for grabs, and it bounces right in front of Ryan Moe, who was wide open at the 20. And really the only reason Wegler's couldn't get it there is because he was hit as he got rid of it.
Yeah,
there was no Wilmington defender anywhere near that.
It fell right about his feet. He couldn't quite get back to it.
Matter of fact, Moe he was trying to come back to the ball and couldn't get his footing to get back all the way. It's about a yard or two too short.
Boy, that thing was wide open. I'll say that for it.
So it's 4th down and 11. Wilmington drops everybody back, although, I mean, if you're Peotone, why don't you just go for it?
I don't know.
I mean, you're at midfield.
I would say they might be doing that yet. No,
they're going to kick it. Line drive taken by Narine at the 20, out across the 30. Approaches the 40. Narine out almost to midfield, and that punt is going to net 2 yards. So a 2-yard net on that punt, and Wilmington will take over 1st and 10. What happened here now? I'm not sure what's going on. Did Wilmington call a timeout?
I don't know.
The officiating crew did not say anything. Literally nothing. Or make any sort of motion whatsoever. So I'm going to go with somebody called a timeout.
Somebody must have called a timeout. But you can't tell what went out there. There was no sign of it.
It's been interesting in a few ways tonight.
Yeah, it has been kind of interesting. Well,
Wilmington's going to start this drive from their own 48. Again, we're down toward the waning moments of this 4th quarter. Has to be. We've been in the 4th for a while, it seems like.
Got to be, what do you think, 6 minutes left maybe? 5?
If you're just joining us, there is no scoreboard at the moment. Main one's out, secondary one's out, PA's out. So we're down to
we're watching a game.
Whatever the time is on the field, and we're just going to keep calling this game until it is what it is. Well, now Wilmington makes a little bit of a change. Justin Walensky in there at quarterback for the Cats, and that's one of the reasons why they use a timeout, trying to change things up a little bit. Handoff goes to the fullback. Not a whole lot doing there, maybe a yard or so up the middle. Matter of fact, I'm not even sure who the fullback was.
No. Well, he got a yard, whoever it was.
They threw in a bunch of people, but so Walensky running the quarterbacking duties here, 6'2", 170-pound senior, getting a chance to play at least a few plays here before this season is over with.
See if you can figure out who that fullback is here.
I'm also trying to figure out who the running backs are. I think Elijah Kuz is to one side. Break the huddle here. The fullback is Cole Shepard.
Cole Shepard. I don't have
Number
him on there,
8,
do I?
Cole Shepard is the fullback. And I think on the far side, that's Cougar Forsyth at the wingback spot. So Walensky up under center and going to keep it himself.
They're just running a little clock and
gets about a yard. Bring up 3rd down and 8.
Well, that was the quarterback, wasn't it?
Ben Ballmer checks out, the senior for Peotone, getting around to hugs from his coaches. He played hard tonight.
Run the quarterback's name by me again.
Walensky. Ballmer and Wegler's over here on the sideline. A couple of seniors talking things over as they watch the last few minutes of their senior season go by. Hand off again to the fullback, and that's going to be a loss of maybe a couple.
Well, let's see.
Cole Shepard.
He's carried the ball twice for -1 yard.
And we're going to back it up a little bit here. A loss of
Ooh.
maybe 3 or so.
Yeah, they are.
So Wilmington will be forced to punt the ball away here with a lot of their second teamers in there on that offensive possession. Alan Richards to kick. And the line drive one here inside the 30, down to the 20, and slipping to the ground there was Bobby Wilcox. And so Peotone will have it 1st and 10.
It'd be nice if somebody had a little mercy on us and told us how much time was in the game.
I think they did say it down there at some point, but it's so hard to hear. I mean, it's just literally a ref yelling it out. Somewhere. And I'm not even really sure that happened. It just sounded like somebody yelled a time number down there. However much time is left, it's 24-0 Wilmington. They're trying to shuttle on a whole bunch of people here. So Peotone will have it 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Timeout White, I think.
And timeout to Wilmington. Again, it's just because they're trying to get a bunch of second-team players in. It's very strange, by the way, to end the season on a win after 5 games, and there's nothing else. I mean, that's
it.
The strangest way to end a year.
It is.
But again, Wilmington doing what they always do, and that's try to get as many people in as they can, you know, as long as that's a available option.
By the way, I don't vote for any more spring games, spring seasons. I want to fall back.
Yeah, you know, you thought football was cold in the fall.
Oh, it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't. All right, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Pitch comes near side. Ballmer trying to get the corner as it crossed the 25, out near the 30.
This will help their stats.
Up to the 31. Yeah, they might end up getting a score out of this, too. Gain of 11 yards for Ben Ballmer.
He had 28 yards before this, and he got 10 yards right there.
Well, they're not going to get a score. I think this might be the end of this thing. It's hard to tell how much time was left because no one said anything. So that is
that going to be it?
Going to be it. That's the end
it.
of this one. Wilmington will win it 24-0 over Peotone as the Cats finish this spring season perfect at 5-0. Wilmington again winning 24-0 over Peotone. We'll take a break, come back with the postgame here in just a few minutes. We'll get your final stat totals, and we'll also go through some scores from around the areas as well, as we'll also hopefully have a chance to talk to Coach Reitz. I don't think he has any idea we're over here. Not on this side of the field anyway. We'll try to go flag him down somewhere. Cats win it 24-0. Back with your final stats in a moment here on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Warren's Collision Center is now at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. They accept all insurance companies, and as always, customer service is their top priority. Contact Warren's Collision at 815-458-3300, stop by online at warrenscollision.com, or visit in person at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. Warren's Collision Center is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair.
Hey, Billy, where
do you think you're going with that beer?
What's the big deal? He is at home.
Nice, Bob. Real nice.
Look, they're practically grown. They're juniors and seniors now, and they're here for the day. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, that may be true for yours, but you can't let the others drink.
In Illinois, the social host law holds adults accountable for underage drinking.
If a minor who was drinking at your house injures or kills someone, you are guilty of a Class 4 felony. You get fined. You go to jail. So, being the host, aka the adult, letting high schoolers drink is illegal.
Be their guide, don't provide. If you or someone you know abuses alcohol or drugs, please call 815-476-1660. Help is only a phone call away.
This ad is brought to you by the Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community in partnership with ONDCP and SAMHSA.
Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com.
Wilmington wins it 24-0 on the road tonight at Peotone to finish a 5-0 spring COVID season. Not exactly the way everyone envisioned football going for this school year, but Wilmington at least got to play those 5 games. The seniors got to have a shortened season and really put in a lot of work, and they accomplished everything that was before them for this particular year. 5 wins, and also a big win over their rivals in Coal City, and about as successful as you can have this particular football season be. Well, look at your final stat totals here in a minute. We'll also have one more look at the football scoreboard tonight. We'll try to grab Coach Reentz as well whenever this ends. I know he likes to say essentially a personal goodbye to each and every one of the seniors. So it could be a little bit of time here tonight before he actually makes his way up here, but that's fine. We did that last week as well, so just one of those things where wait a little bit in order for us to talk to him. We will be putting that plan in motion for the fall season as well back here on the network. We have a few things going before then. We'll be at a national baseball tournament here relatively soon. I know it's kind of weird to have that, seeing that at the same time as the football season, but it is what it is. Your final stat totals, first off, for Peotone, rushing the football, Tristan Weglars with 2 carries for -9 yards. Ryan Moe ran the ball 29 times for 59 yards. Ben Balmer, 8 carries for 38 yards. TJ Chenoweth ran the ball 6 times for 3 yards. 45 carries for 91 yards on the ground for Peotone here tonight. Through the air, Tristan Weglars was 2 of 6 for 28 yards. TJ Chenoweth had that, what really was more like a 60-yard reception, then ended up getting chopped down to 25 yards.
Yeah, they lost 15 in the penalty.
But if you add all of that up, Peotone with 119 yards of offense and also a fumble as well as their turnover. For Wilmington on the ground, Jack Narine, 9 carries for 42 yards tonight. Cole Shepard ran the ball twice for 3 yards. Carson Hansen, 3 carries for 8 yards. Jacob Riddle, 10 carries for 46 yards tonight. Cody Franzen, 10 carries for 94 yards. and 2 touchdowns. Wilmington on the ground, 33 rushing attempts, 188 yards rushing, and 2 touchdowns. Through the air, Jack Narayan was 2 of 2 for 29 yards and a touchdown. The touchdown pass was a 12-yarder to Alan Richards. Add all that up, Wilmington with 217 yards of offense. They outgained Peotone tonight 217 to 119. And Wilmington will finish this season undefeated at 5-0. Peotone will drop to 3-2 to finish this particular year. I might have to have you track down Coach Raines somewhere out there. He's over here at the moment, but I think he'll end up being over there. Over here on the side. They're normally used to us being in the press box, and it still might be a few minutes before he's ready to really do anything, but we'll see if we can grab him nonetheless. Matter of fact, let's take one more time out here. We'll come back. We'll check the football scoreboard. By the time we're done with all of that, we should be ready and able to talk to Coach Raines. We'll do that here in just a few minutes. Check the football scoreboard first, after this on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818. If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Raines goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's.
So Wilmington wins it tonight 24-0 over Peotone. We said we could have one more check of the scoreboard. And you know when I said earlier to keep an eye on Coal City and Reed Custer? You should really keep an eye on Coal City and Reed Custer. Coal City leads the Comets 14-12 with 10 minutes to go in the game. So Coal City and Reed Custer, that's a 2-point game. The Comets lead, or the Coalers lead the Comets 14-12 with 10 minutes to go in the game. Lyle blowing out Streeter tonight. It is 44-25 in the fourth quarter. Mantino leads Herscher. That game now 19-14 in the fourth quarter. Other scores, Kingland 14-7 over Ottawa. St. Francis 35-0 over Elmwood Park. That's in the first quarter, by the way. Bolingbrook 7-0 over Lamont. Bradley Bourbonnais leads Lincoln Way West 23-14. That game is in the fourth quarter. Clifton Central blowing out Moments 35-0 in the second. Morris leads LaSalle Peru. That's now 19-14 with 4 minutes and 27 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Plano and Sandwich was canceled due to a COVID case, so that's unfortunate. Chicago Christian leads Aurora Central Catholic 7-0. It's Marengo 13, Marion Central Catholic 12. Wheaton North leads Geneva 14-0. Sycamore leads Rochelle 26-0. Neuqua Valley and DeKalb tied at 14. Richards 14-7 over Evergreen Park. Hinsdale Central leads Glenbard West 14-0. Providence 16. St. Lawrence 0. Seneca and Dwight no score from down there. Again, I'm going to go ahead and update this one more time before I end up talking to Coach Raines. Coal City leads Reed Custer 14-12 with 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Lyle 44-25 over Streeter in the fourth. Mantino 19-14 over Herscher in the fourth quarter. And again, kind of cherry picking a couple scores here. Bradley Bourbonnais 23-14 over Lincoln Way West. Morris 19-14 over LaSalle Peru with 4 minutes left. And Plano and Sandwich called off due to COVID here this weekend. So we'll talk to the head coach of the Wildcats here in just a few minutes before we wrap things up for the night. You know, we Appreciate each and every one of you joining us during this COVID-shortened season. We also know, we're well aware, that there are multiple options out there this year, including last week and a couple other games as well. There are other places to get things, and I realize there's video and stuff out there too, but we really do appreciate you sticking with us this year and taking this ride along with us. And hopefully we will do this all again in the fall as Wilmington accomplishes everything that was really set out before them to do. A 5-0 season, they defeated Coal City, and that's really, for Wilmington, that's about as much as you could really ask for out of this. And they finished strong tonight with a 24-0 win over Peotone. And as we said, we'll talk to Coach Rinks in just a minute. He is talking with what I think is the last of the reporters out there. When he is done, we'll send him this way, and we'll talk to him one last time. Again, if you didn't hear, Reed Custer is trailing Coal City by just 2 in the fourth quarter. The Coalers lead at 14-12 over the Comets. We'll take one more glance at that before we wrap things up here tonight and see if there happens to be some sort of update on that score before we wrap things up on our end. Now, Wilmington and everyone else as well will kind of go into the baseball season here relatively quickly. The one thing about the ICE was the fact that they could have played 6 games. They elected to only play 5 in order to give some more opportunities for those teams, baseball teams and such, that they could get their full roster out there. So they could have played 6. The conference elected to play 5. And so that's why this week is the last week for the conference games, and also why you will see one more week of regular high school football. This is not the last week for everybody in the state of Illinois. There will be a week 6 for most teams in the state. But if you're Wilmington, along with Peotone and some of these other schools, you know, you're taking advantage of the opportunity that sits in front of you, which is the chance to play games, the chance to get your seniors on the field. Again, is this exactly what everyone envisioned coming into, you know, your senior season playing football? No, but I will tell you this. For Wilmington, you finished the season undefeated. You had one of the classic all-time games with Coal City, one that, you know, that's going to be one of those stories, you know, when you get 20 years down the line or whatever, and people will go, hey, you remember that really weird season, that COVID spring season where they let nobody into games? You know, I was there when that Coal City-Wilmington game actually happened, and, you know, that's just kind of one of those unique circumstances, as it were, as Wilmington and Coal City, again, that'll be talked about forever on both sides of that thing. So I think we finally got Coach Rinks. He's going to head this way in just a moment. He's actually making that trek across the field here, and we'll talk to him in just a few seconds before we wrap things up. I mean, who would have guessed when you started a year that you would have 2 home games on a slate to play a season? I mean, Wilmington ended up with that. They had a homecoming game, and they had a senior night game, and that was it. And that was the only 2 home games that they played for the year. The Cats managed to play, though, close games. And there's one thing about this 5-game schedule. It's the fact that all of the games were close by. The farthest away trip was really Herscher, but Herscher and Peotone about the same distance when you talk 30 minutes, 25, 30 minutes or so. And then, of course, you had that little drive over to Reed Custer. Now, hopefully this next year, when we get back to a full fall schedule, the Cats will get a full 5 home games. But it's kind of hard to tell, at least this far out, from what that's going to be. But we'll wait and see as we get a little bit closer to that season. So joined now here on the post-game show by the head coach of the Wildcats, Mr. Jeff Reintz. And Coach, that a good, solid outing from your group tonight. You know, we were kind of talking about what that was going to look like after that tough Coal City win.
Yep.
But everybody came ready to play.
No, they did. And, boy, it's a tough ball game. You want to talk about a fight match of punches. A lot of, I guess you could say where last week there was a lot of big punches. Tonight was a lot of body blows. And tough ball club we played. You know, they're 3-1 coming into tonight. We're worried about being down coming off the huge win last week. Yep. And did we play our best game tonight? No. Did we come out with a nice win? We sure did. You know, we said goodbye to our seniors in the weirdest circumstances that I've ever been a part of. Yep. And for us winning and to have all the tears and everything after the game with the seniors, that's a tough thing. And but like I told the kids, at the beginning of the 5 games, I said to myself, I said, this is either going to be the longest 5 weeks of ever, or this is going to be one of the shortest 5 weeks. And we made it short because our kids came to practice every day ready to go. Our coaching staff did a great job. We were able to get 5 games in. You know, we're very thankful for that. You know, we're ending up 5-0, and we're conference champs, so we're real happy.
Yeah, but everything that was out there for you to accomplish, this group accomplished. And that's really all you can ask of a group of kids. When that season started, that was it.
They're a great group of seniors. They're a great group of leadership there. I feel very confident that there's going to be a lot of success with that group no matter what those kids do. And, you know, you find out about that in about 10 years. You see about how those kids are doing, but we hope Wildcat football had a little bit to do with that positivity. And these guys were patched. You know, every year it's passed on. What are you going to do? And this group did an excellent job.
You know, I will say this, too, to go back to your point of being ready to go for the next week. Yeah. Coal City's up by 2 in the fourth quarter against Reed Custer. And if you're not, if you're ready to go, I mean, again, that's this group ready to go and ready to continue.
And like I said, you know, a lot of credit to Peotone. Coach Telly does a really good job. I didn't think we were as crisp sometimes as we could have been. Boy, we had some penalties that weren't the best. But when it's all said and done, you know, it's a good night. It's a great night. And to all of our Wildcat fans listening, we really appreciate everybody's support here in a very peculiar year. And our kids that got the 5 games in definitely feel like they got a great dose of Wildcat football and a lot of great memories.
Well, I know this is an odd question to ask, but what do you do now? I mean, you got 5 games, and now you're already into April. I mean, it's not far off.
Well, we'll meet with the kids Monday, and we wish good luck to all of our spring kids in baseball and track. The football staff takes about a week break, and then, you know, at the beginning of May, it'll be okay. If you're not in the sport, you're lifting. And I think we got to watch it. I think a lot of coaches are going to watch, you know, how much are you putting the kids through because they're just coming back. So let's say a kid played basketball and played football, and now he's going to turn around and play baseball. I mean, they're going to have games in 4 days. So we got to manage that and make sure that we're not putting kids in a bad situation.
Well, Coach, I mean, we appreciate the fact that there was this season at all. Yeah. And for us, it was fun. I mean, it was nice just being able to have that.
You know what? I think, and we talked about it last week, there was a lot of part of this season where you could have told me it was the middle of September. And it was, this is, you know, it's the fall. When I was on the practice field, it was middle of September. The minute it's when you walked off the practice field and just dealing with things, and then you start hearing schools, hey, we're shutting down, we're shutting this down. Now it becomes can we make it? Can we get through this and make it? And we were able to pull that off, so I'm real happy.
Well, Coach, congratulations on another win tonight. I know it's strange ending a season like this with a win and that being it, but we appreciate it again, and I guess we'll do this all again here in a few months.
Yeah, I tell you, and we really very much appreciate the coverage. You guys do a great job. Being outside, it's cold tonight. And for what you guys do to help us spread Wildcat football around, we very much appreciate it. And you're right. Hopefully, we're back to normal in August and everything's back on track. So
Guys, you guys be safe going home.
All right.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
everything, okay?
All right, so Coach Reitz joined us here on this post-game show as we'll wrap things up tonight here from Peotone as Wilmington wins it 24-0, go to 5-0 on a COVID-shortened spring schedule. And, again, this thing normally, all that stuff for football starts here in a week or two. And, again, that's trying to make a judgment as to how much to push things. And I hope he's right that everything will be back to normal in the fall. That would be nice.
Well, we really do hope so. But it's been a great season this time. 5 games is all, but they did everything you could ask them.
They did. All right, Wilmington wins it 24-0 over Peotone. Before we officially end this thing, I am going to take one more quick glance and see if maybe we got something here on this Coal City game. I don't know if it'll be updated quite yet or not. Nope, not yet. But if you can find that somewhere, go find it. 14-12 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Again, thank you to everyone that helps out with this. Thank you to all of you for listening, too. Again, we know you had options, and we appreciate this.